the Ace podcast where we talk all things art, culture, and entertainment, but more specifically pop culture entertainment. I just kind of wanted to preface this episode because it didn't really have a specific formal intro as we recorded it. We just kind of, the discussion was flowing as it usually does in our pre-shows, and we kind of had to evolve into talking about Ice Spice and Ant-Man, and there's a couple topics that we do want to actually get back to. There's a couple movies and TV shows that we missed between Wakanda Forever and it now being February. But yes, I just wanted to prime everybody. Those are the big topics for a much more regular length episode. So happy Black History Month, and I hope you enjoy. Like, wow, you actually, by doubling down on it, you subverted my expectation, which is odd.
Right, but he still got a record deal at the end.
Yeah, because I guess Big Sean has weird taste, but I mean, he worked with Kanye, so you know.
Yeah, true.
And I'll give them this: of all the celebrity cameos and people to pick that, I'm like, yeah, I can see Big Sean actually rapping over that. To their credit, like. I could see him spitting over some weird shit like that, either him or Cudi. At least it was like, okay, you pick somebody where it's not that far off the realm of possibility. Because if you were in that bitch and it's like, oh, this is like a Flo Milli beat, don't lie to me. Like, oh my God, it's Ice Spice.
Hell no.
Defending Ice Spice is like the hardest thing for me. Because all I can say is, it's like, is it about the rhymes or the bars? No, man, no, none of that. She's just so cute, man. Like, hear me out. She's adorable, bro.
I can't.
She's hip hop Annie. Look, just don't pay attention to them lyrics. She's just cute, bro. Come on, man. me sounding like a conspiracy, but she's so cute, bro. Come on. The EP is a bop, I swear.
Oh my God, those fucking lyrics, bro! It blows my mind. The motherfuckers be saying the lyrics back to "Boy's a Liar." Oh my God.
Oh, bro! Oh my God, that song, low key. I got annoyed at that song because she says "liar" weird.
Boy's a liar.
Oh no, she said the boy's a liar. The boy's a liar, and I'm like,
she's British. She's British.
Yeah, and them niggas are weird. We need to make fun of them more. I didn't know she was British till Kiki told me. She's like, no, she's British. I'm like, okay, now we can bully her in surround sound. Like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, the boy's a liar. The boy's a liar. The boy's a liar. That doesn't make it better. That makes it worse.
Watch that fucking music video again. And just count. Take a shot. Yeah, you said you have?
Yeah, I used a snippet of it in my last Black People Tweets video.
Yeah, check that out. Well, listen, watch how many times she touches her hair in that music video. She's just dancing, like minimal dancing too. Just trying to keep make sure it's all right.
It's not even a two-step. It's a bounce.
Right.
it's just like, you ever seen like commercials for Bratz dolls? Like all the Bratz dolls get together. That's what it looks like, Stan. She's cute, bro. Come on, like hear me out, man. Like me trying to convince the world to listen to more Ice Spice. Come on, man. She's adorable, bro. Please believe me. She raps like what's the name of that dead nigga? She liked the way that I dance. She liked the way that I move.
Pop Smoke. I was just about to say Pop Smoke. I was like, bro,
she sounds like bubblegum Pop Smoke.
Ice Spice and Pop Smoke would have been magic together.
Oh no, they would have been fire. Somebody put one of his verses over a beat she did. I'm like, yo, this is heat for real. Like, right. Yeah, she's bubblegum Pop Smoke.
Oh yeah. I think they're around the same age too.
Right.
She's icy spicy, bro. She's a little cute. She's a little petite.
Yeah, she's bubblegum Pop Smoke, you know?
She's not even
Huh?
Is she black or is she like Dominican?
I mean, Dominicans are just Spanish niggas, but she is let's see, she's half black, half Dominican.
Oh, okay.
So the answer is yes.
So yes. So 100% nigga, got it.
100% nigga of various AAVE vernacular. I'm stupid. And she been rapping since like 2021. She literally started rapping after the pandemic.
Damn. Oh, really? Did she actually? Oh, that's
started
crazy.
rapping in 2021 after meeting producer Riot USA. They both attended, oh God, this is the worst name ever, State University of New York at Purchase.
She had a little something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, damn.
Shaky.
Oh my God. She's so cute, bro. Oh my God. She just,
She is.
I just want to be like responsible for her. Like, I want her to hold on to me while we walk through Trader Joe's and she start like picking shit off the shelf. She just turn song to mute. She's so cute, bro. Come on, just trust me on this. She wouldn't like listen. Would Princess Diana Ice Spice herself lie? Like it's mad weird because it's just like I know she's tiny. I know she's like petite. Like it's like I don't know. She make me want to like get it together and like help us use these bars to get out the hood.
She makes you want to rise up.
Right. She makes me want to like overcome some shit to be like, yeah, I wouldn't be here today without my little Ice Spice, you know. Holding me down since the set. I love you, girl. We like have this weird handshake or sound we made like rah rah rah. She like rah 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 baby. Like it's like Empire shit. Like it be like she be wearing tracksuits and shit to everywhere. But the one time she wear a dress, it's like, damn nigga, you really got it. Like all my homies dap me up. It's like, damn, like you really bagged a shawty with that. It's like,
good on you. Good on you.
Yeah, it's just like all the homies gassing me up. It's like, yeah, this is a win. This is a W. Are you watching the video again?
What? No. It's weird looking at them together.
Oh, it's very weird.
They're like two different animation styles.
You said they on some Spider-Verse shit.
Right.
What? It's like, oh yeah, you know, she's a traditional hand-drawn and she's CG.
Right. I don't believe those two are in the same frame right now.
I mean, they lit different, their heads different sizes.
Right, their eyes different.
They're the same height, but look like they're photoshopped together and standing right next to each other. Have you ever seen Kai Cenat's basement that looks like a green screen?
No.
Look up Kai Cenat and like he does his streams in a big ass like basement, but it's so like weird. Hold up, let me find the one of him and Ice. Oh, can you imagine being like her dude and he puts on her mixtape, he says, I don't know, man, I think we gonna make it out the hood with this one. And then you hear doing 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 rapping over fake SpongeBob beats, and you just gotta look at him. He's just bobbing his head, saying the lyrics. He's like, "Are you sure this is really it?" I really gotta wonder how many times the niggas were like, let her get it out of her system. She's just having fun, and didn't think anything of it. Now she's famous. Like three others in the studio, just like, that's just Isis. She's having fun.
It's like this. Right. It's like that one TikTok where it's just like the girl like has one drink and starts rapping. Like it's cold as hell.
Cold as hell. I'm like, the problem was, I'm like, she kind of cooking with this one. Wait a second, let her finish.
Right.
She's out here rapping like JID. Damn, it's cold as hell. All these other motherfuckers know that I've been known to fail. It's like, I'm like, you start nodding your head. It's like, well, she might actually be saying something.
Right. It sounded kind of weird at first. I'm like, wait, no, let her cook.
You heard the song Slut Me Out? NLE Choppa?
I'm gonna slut this guy out.
No, not slut him out. Slut Me Out by NLE Choppa. That song has one of the wildest choruses I've ever heard. Hey, rip off my shirt if you love me. Spit in my face while you fuck me. Play with my gooch while you suck me. Eat the dick like you was ugly. That's the chorus.
God damn.
This is like in the first 10 seconds. Like Baby started playing the song, like they were singing the lyrics. I'm like, baby, what the fuck is that from? They're like, I heard slut me out. I'm like, so I heard the other part where he says slut me out. I didn't hear the beginning of that shit. Now, you know me. You know, I almost never say pause. That is one of the few times in life I said pause. Not from the Gooch shit. There's another one that he has where he says, put your ass in my face till I get pink eye. Fuck you anywhere.
Oh, no.
I said, baby, pause.
Damn.
Pause this song. What the fuck? Close your eyes. That was my first point. Motherfucker. What are you?
Hey, you don't gotta risk it all.
Like,
you don't
you're doing this on purpose.
Right.
Like, here's the thing. For a song to make me say that means you said some extra offensively weird shit. Like, here's the thing. I want her to play with your gooch. That's one thing, but put your ass in my face till I get pink eye. Relax, bro. You are catastrophically horny. Roll it back. Save that energy for Ice Spice. She's gonna need all the support she can get. I really want to know what it's like to be one of the people that was in her circle that didn't believe in her. Not because she's like, you know, the next Nicki Minaj or whatever, but like, and that, like, what was that week like? Because in 1 minute you over here in a study group doing calculus with this one redheaded chick named Isis. She's like, hey y'all, I'm gonna go to the studio. I'm gonna fuck with you. It's like, all right, girl, whatever. We'll hit you later. You know, you be like ready to link for peace. Like, I can't do it tonight. You know, they about to play me on the radio. 2 weeks passes by. She popular as hell. It's like, the sentimental girl, what?
Right.
Because you know you didn't believe in her.
Right. I heard her say that da shit. I'm not da.
She said
that shit in class. Shit. Oh, well, she told me that da shit. I'm like, she ain't gonna make it. There's no way.
You're like, oh, we ain't never making it out of shit. She really
she's making up words now.
On The Boys Are Liars. She's like, how did I should have? What did I? It's like, now I know you didn't just say in full breasted confidence. Hold up. Now I gotta find the lyric, because even when I listen to it, I'm like, what the fuck did she just say to me? You hear a lyric and you get confused and pissed.
Oh fuck! I hear it all the time, so I'm mad that I can't remember the first line.
Oh,
grab off that thing about shit that I shouldn't.
He stated I'm good enough. Grabbing my did enough.
Grabbing my did enough.
Grabbing my did enough is crazy. Grabbing my did enough. Think about shit that I shouldn't have. What the fuck are these lyrics? Wait a minute.
Right.
Seeing it is so different.
Go to the next line.
So he said it, I'm good enough. Grabbing my dinner. Think about shit that I shouldn't have. And then, So I tell him there's one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is fun of me. Haha. His girl is a bun of me. Like that boy is a cat. Saying he home, but I know where he at. Like, pero he blowing her back. think about me because he know that it's fat. And
like, you still lost, bitch. Like, what?
I'm trying to follow
What are you
the story.
about?
I don't know.
There's some other chick, bro.
This shit
What
got
are you
more,
bragging about?
This shit got more twists and turns than. What's that motherfucker's name? Did an M. Night Shyamalan movie? What?
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard. I never thought about it. I never looked because she's so cute. I'd be distracted.
Bro, the lyrics.
The lyrics.
I was trying to tell you.
Whatever the fuck she wants. Grabbing my da-da-da is crazy.
You say that I'm good enough. Say that you're good enough. Like,
He said that I'm good enough. Grabbing my da-da-da. Thinking about shit that I shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have. Thinking about shit that I shouldn't have.
Yeah, but she said that like, think about shit that I should have.
Say that there's one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is a bum to me.
That boy is a cap. I'm sorry? I've heard of boys capping. I've heard of that's cap. I haven't heard of that. That's like the white girl that just discovered slang. Talking about, oh, we finna about to go eat. You know, like being at the blood drive talking, it's giving blood. Like, girl. Like that boy is a cap. Is like, oh wait, damn it. That's actually clever. I'm stupid.
Why?
Because cap means to lie. So she's literally saying that boy is a lie. Damn it, Ice, you got one over on me. Like, I get it. That's actually kind of clever, but kind of stupid at the same time.
No, it's just stupid.
Oh, it's like, it's dumb. Oh, it's so brilliant. It's so dumb. It's brilliant. No, it's just dumb.
Like Modoc.
Me over here, like, no, wait. It's so dumb. It's kind of clever. And you're like, nah, bro. No.
No, it's just dumb.
It's only halfway through the first two. Bet he blowing her back. Man. Think about me because he know that it's fat. Ain't it been what it been? Calling his phone like, yo, send me a pin.
It's like, why do you want this girl? Like, what?
Right. Wait.
He say that you know. He making fun of you. He fucking some other chick. Like, why are you fucking with this dude?
His girl is a bum. That boy's a liar. Says he's home, but wait a minute. He says he's home, but I know where he at. Then 3 lines later, calling his phone like, yo, send me a pin. But you know where he's at. Just go there. J Train and
you're trying to test him.
Look at my shit because he know what I'm on. What are you on? When he hit me, I'm not going to respond. I don't sleep enough with you, and I can't eat enough. Oh, sorry. I don't sleep enough without you. I can't eat enough without you. What is redeeming about this man? If you don't speak, does that mean we're through? But you're not speaking to him. You're ignoring his calls. Right. Don't like the sneaky shit that you... Bro, this... Goddamn. This
lyrics are trash.
This shit is a puzzle. Oh my God. Like, you know I love women in rap, but what is this? Jesus Christ.
These lyrics are so ADHD.
What the
what the fuck is happening?
She was putting shit together. Who was the one in the studio said, nah, let her cook?
Right.
I think this is a setup bar. They wanted her to, this is a whole setup verse. They want her to sabotage her career. Like,
right. They're like, yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah,
no, girl, you ate down on that. That was heat. Really? You think I did? She looked at you with her pretty eyes like, really? You really liked it? You don't have any notes? And you're like, yeah, Ice, you did a real good job. Like, lying through your fucking teeth. You are lying because you know she smells nice. Remember that one lyric? I'm walking past and he's sniffing my breeze. That was how she gets motherfuckers.
I wonder if people like her for the same reason like I started liking Chance. Because at first...
Where are you going with this?
I didn't actually like Chance the rapper at first, right?
Right.
I was just like, But I listened to him ironically because I thought his voice was funny. And then over time, I genuinely learned that I like his music. So I'm like, I wonder if that's what it is. People like, she's so bad that people like it, but then they genuinely start to like her.
I'll give you that because I had the same thing with Flo Millie where like I admitted she could rap, but I couldn't get past her voice. And then I don't know what happened. I think she just came up in my shuffle a lot one time, and I'm just like, because I used to be like, oh, this chick again. But then I started fucking with it. I don't know what changed. I've really adjusted the voice. I think it because she had like kind of a Valley Girl twang mixed with a rap voice. It just didn't hit for me at first.
Yeah. It is pretty Valley Girl.
Yeah, like it was kind of like an annoying type of voice, but it's like, and that combined with like her cocky personality, it just wasn't really interesting. Cause like Megan looks like she's assertive, and then like Cupcake is aggressive. It's scary. You know, and like Janae Aiko, that's like a soft girl type vibe. But then Flo Millie is like, she got the confidence, but when I first heard her, Millie got money, Millie got biz. It sounded like a chipmunk. There's a whole lot of squeaking. Like, remember in Emperor's New Groove when they would talk to the squirrels and they'd be like squeaker, squawk, squook, squoking. Squeak, squeaker, squeaking, squeak, squooking, squawk. That's what Flo Millie sounded like to me for a time.
That's so funny. You know whose voice I couldn't get over when I first heard it? Baby Keem.
Oh yeah, no, I thought his shit was funny. He was definitely one where I listened to him ironically.
Oh yeah.
And then seeing him in live shows, I'm like, oh, he's just like that.
Right. Nah, man. Like, I know he's trash now, but like Kanye paved the way so the Baby Keems could run.
I mean, I think Childish Gambino paved the way. Have you listened to that Sick Boy mixtape era? It's terrible.
No, I haven't.
He raps with a nasal sound. Sick boy, and I'm back into the music. No one knows about this, what the truth is. My name's Donald. Psych. I'm just like, I go stupid. It's like, Donald.
It's on YouTube?
Fucking Christ. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, Kanye paved the way so Childish Gambino could run.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
But then in turn caused Baby Keem to run.
Yeah. Baby Keem sounds like Kendrick's nasal voice, but it didn't stop.
I still think he sounds bad. He sounds like his voice sounds like a Rick and Morty character to me.
It does.
I'm independent. Oh my god.
I get in my bands. I get in my thing. The 20. And can you imagine Baby Keem and Ice Spice on a track? That'd be crazy. Call it East meets West. That shit would be crazy.
That shit would go wild.
I'm coming through straight at the back. People, I be coming through doing my thing. Got the vibe all in my rangs.
Like.
You
have a like in there.
Like, no one knows what I'm doing.
Okay, now put on the music video for Boy's a Liar and look how many times she touches her hair.
Okay, wait a second. It's actually right here. Okay, hold up. I just muted it. It's been 3 seconds. It was 6 seconds in. Wait a minute. I'm running it back.
Hold on, I gotta play it too now. Hold up.
It's the 4th second she touches her hair. Oh my god, but she's so cute, bro. Damn, that thing is sitting on the. Oh my god.
Oh, she's thick as hell. I know.
She did it again. That's 2. Let's see. I'm trying to catch all of them. 3, 4. Jesus, back to back. 5. And it's 6. It's like every cut. 7, 8. Shit. This is weird. This is really weird. Okay. She made it like 10 seconds. 9. God damn it. Are we going double digits? Let's see. And her hands were coming down. It still counts. 11.
We even got to her part yet, have you? No, I have.
I meant her part.
Oh, no, just got to her part.
Let's see.
Oh, yep.
We at 12. 13. 14.
Damn.
15. Jesus. Squeeze them all in at the end. Song only got like, god damn. 16. 17.
Oh, come on, 20. Come on, 20.
18, 19.
Ooh.
Come on, give us one more. Got like 3 seconds. Hold up. There's a few more seconds left. Damn, that thing moving. 20. Right. she got it in the last 6 seconds.
Damn. Yeah, she know how to move it.
She's just so cute, bro. Like,
I'm not mad at you. She is.
Like, I feel like with her, everything's gonna be okay. I think we're gonna make. It's like the opening of that Hood movie. It's like, hey man, you know what? After we graduate high school, I think everything's gonna be alright. Pat, 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 pat.
Bobby.
It's like me and my girl Ice, we're gonna have this, we're gonna get out of the ghetto, we're gonna find us a spot, get a mean job. Who knows, bro? We might get a little family started. You can visit us in the city. The minute he turns around, pat, 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 pat. Oh my god, my baby, no! Streets of Manhattan are not to be traumatized. Well, this is just another day in the Bronx.
Oh, we should also talk about how we feel about the MCU right now. When we talk about AMP,
sure,
because I feel like a lot of people have their faith shooketh since Quantumania.
Blowing that movie way out of the.
It's not that bad, like for real.
It is aggressively fine. It is like the term aggressively mid. Yeah, that's Quantumania, because the stuff that's really good is really good, and the stuff that is not is bleh.
It had the potential. It had the potential to be great. There's like nuggets in there.
No,
weirdly,
I hate saying that about too many of these fucking movies.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. It's weird because like I see the same problems or similar problems in this movie as I do with Multiverse of Madness, but I'm not as mad at this movie as I am Multiverse of Madness. But I should be. Also, I watched it twice now. First time I watched it, I was crossfaded and I saw it in IMAX. The second time,
oh god.
The second time I was sober, but I saw it with my family in 40X, and that shit was fun.
Was the 4DX worth it?
Yes, it was. Bro, getting shit slung around and moving as Kang's blasted, and you feel like when he blasts.
Oh, the 4DX, my bad. I was thinking of the Screen X.
Oh no, the seats are moving and shit, like the entire movie.
Yeah. I need to try a movie with 4DX sometime.
Yeah, you gotta find yourself a Regal that has it, because not all of them do. But yeah, it's definitely worth the experience, and then not that much more expensive than a normal ticket.
Damn, Rihanna's playing to lift me up for the Oscars.
Okay, all right, Rihanna with the comeback.
Right.
We just been waiting. You never fell off. We just been waiting here patiently.
Waiting for that album.
Right.
Still waiting for R9.
Right. She can make a pregnant album. You can do it.
Damn, Punk Black trying to start shit.
Who?
Kang, Punk Black, the event and social media page. Kang is the right villain for the MCU, but the wrong villain for Quantumania. What do y'all think? It's like...
No, it's not that Kang's the wrong villain for Quantumania. Well, okay, when we actually
no, you're close. You're almost there. It's exactly what you said. Kang's not the wrong villain. Ant-Man is the wrong hero.
No, there is that, which I agree. It should be the Fantastic Four. 100% for this plot.
Yeah, I mean, the Quantumania is just a replacement for the negative zone, anyways.
It literally, like, I posted that.
They can't,
I posted
because they
an
couldn't
interview
say
with Big Blue in the
microverse.
chat. I posted an interview with him in the chat, and he straight up says that he likes Fantastic Four, and he just was replacing the stuff he liked about Fantastic Four with the Ant-Man family and the quantum realm. I'm like, motherfucker, you just admitted it. Like, you just showed your whole ass right now, and nobody's talking about it.
He can't let it go. Well, I probably missed that, but I guess he just can't let it go that he couldn't do Fantastic Four. He said, "Fine, I'm gonna do my own Fantastic Four with weird goblins and
But Nando, I watched Nando
jelly creatures, and Bill Murray's gonna be in it for 2 minutes."
I watched Nando's video, and he had an interesting take. He feels like they should have doubled down on MODOK and made MODOK the one with the realm in the quantum, one with the kingdom in the quantum realm, but MODOK still works for Kang, so it'd be kind of similar to how Loki was.
So he's a sub boss. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, right.
Fuck. What? Nando always has the best ideas. How does he doesn't miss? It's really weird.
Right? I'm like, damn, that's better. Yeah, that's better. I like that more.
It's like it's never too much. It's just the right amount of better. Where it's like, here, I'll change one thing, and it's like, Jesus Christ, how did they miss that? Damn it! It's always like one really good suggestion, at least.
Well, we'll get into the MODOK of it all, but I had fun with MODOK. That shit was hilarious. I laughed every time it came on screen.
I wanted to.
Like, hello, Scott. When he was
like, I think when he first showed up, when he first showed up, he was so ugly. I couldn't enjoy the joke.
It was off-putting.
Yeah, like when he first came down, because I knew, yeah, like I knew it was a mask and everything that he was wearing. I'm like, that's actually pretty sick. I don't mind that. Please keep that on. And they flicked it up so you could see his face. I'm like, look, you're not one of the heroes. You're literally a visual effect. I don't need to see your face that much.
Oh my god, I loved it. I had so much fun with it.
You know what would have been better than that though?
What?
If they went, because they're already in a weird world with very creative weird creatures. What they should have done is, like, have you seen the show Gumball?
Maybe here in the
Amazing World of Gumball.
I kind of watched it.
So one of the elements of Gumball's animation style is that it's mixed media. What I think would have been way better is if they like had him basically pop his head through a green screen and like animate the arms and legs or put a little rig on him and around it. And basically while CGIing like around his face, like his actual face. Which I know they did that, but they did it to make the face. Face doesn't look good. So just use his real fucking head.
It's so weird.
Would that not be more interesting? Because it's like, oh my god, that is actually him. Because it wouldn't feel as not there.
I love that he has the dead eyes. It's so fucking funny.
It's like, it's just I know he was supposed to be goofy and silly because MODOK, by concept, is goofy and silly with a goofy, silly ass name. I don't know. It just wasn't. It wasn't giving blood.
It didn't hit for you.
It didn't hit for me. I didn't like. And what happened at the end just. Ugh.
You would be an Avenger. Oh, I laughed at both times and was like,
No, it wasn't that. It was. We'll get into my current issue now that I have with Cassie. I didn't before until I talked to one of my friends. I'm like, you know what? You're fucking right. Like, fuck this kid.
Well, she's like one-dimensional, and she's just like one-track mind.
Not just one-dimensional. She's like, she sucks. And not like, oh, she's incapable. No, she's like,
struggle. She's immediately.
It's not even that. Her argument against her dad for what was supposed to be an arc doesn't make sense. Not only in the context of the movie. It's not that it doesn't make sense. It's really, really stupid. In and out of the context of this movie. Because she's basically implying that her dad is like thoughtless and inconsiderate of others. It's like, you do know I was like the man that helped save the universe. It's like, oh my god, he brings up it all the time. Yeah, bitch, I would too. You know how we're driving in this car, the three of us together?
I have a kind of argument that would have made the movie more interesting. So,
But at the same time, it doesn't make sense because Scott consistently, since his first appearance, has always been doing stuff in service of other people.
no, he's done
Who was he
for
stealing the suit for?
Cassie
For Hank?
and for Cassie.
Who was
That's the thing. He's been a thief. It's kind of wild that we've gotten three Ant-Man movies and 2 appearances out of this dude, and I feel like we've yet to see Ant-Man be a superhero. Like we've seen him be a thief, we've seen him do
I mean,
heist shit, but we've never seen him like
he's also like
from happening.
he's also like it. When I thought about it, it bothered me because I'm like, he's gone above and beyond to help. Literally, the second movie is him putting his probation at risk to like
Kidnapped him.
he was kidnapped, but still putting his probation at risk, not only to make sure his daughter is safe, but also to help out this. I mean, the plot of the movie is dumb anyways. You know my beef with that, but it's like somebody that could have asked for help. But I think he still would have done it. Like that's the thing. Scott has only been like a nice dude in every appearance we see him in. Like, yeah, he fought the Avengers in the airport parking lot. It's like, it's a good point though. It's like, why shouldn't he have time to rest after, oh, I don't know, fighting the purple grimace from another timeline? Like, I'm sorry, were you the one running around punching giant space dragons? No, so you can shut the fuck up.
But I think
it's like, you know this car that we're driving in where we just bailed your pasty white ass out of jail with your like stepmother's money because she's rich, a fucking billionaire?
I think what she's trying to
not
get
your
at,
birth mom, but your stepmom.
To play devil's advocate, I think what she's trying to get at is that he did that thing, and I think, and they say in the movie, it's been a couple years since Endgame, 2 or 3 years since Endgame.
Yeah.
So he did that one thing 2 or 3 years ago. Prior to that, he was just a criminal on the run. But I know his daughters knew he was doing stuff with Captain America, but those are the things she admired about him. And since that the image of the hero that she believed him to be, she never got. That guy doesn't do things actively anymore. He rides on the fact that he can sell books, and he's a superhero alone at this point. He's riding the flame and not like. But I wish they would have tested that though. Like,
but also like let's be real here. Yes, he righted the fame as he fucking should have.
I mean, yeah, he should have, but he should also still be.
He's not a national hero. He is a intergalactic. All of reality. You know who you never would have seen again if it wasn't for me, bitch.
So what?
That means none of this car.
Time? Like, yeah, you can do it, but just like, oh, I was a hero once. I'll never need to be a hero again because I got all my fill in from my heroism with this one.
He was in jail. He had to navigate the prison industrial complex. Is that not he can't vote, bro?
He can't vote. Maybe he got part time. Maybe he can vote.
He helped save reality and fix the snap. He didn't undo it, but he helped fix it. And he fought space aliens. But the nigga probably can't vote. I'm sorry. It's just like, that is a hard sell. Because when I stopped and thought about it, I'm like, Scott has been the nicest, most giving person out of any of these Jokers. In any of these movies. Tony's a dick. Steve is up his own ass. Bucky is his bestie/boyfriend. Like,
I thought he was immediately too understanding with the fact that Cassie was like exploring the quantum realm and like wanted to be a hero and stuff.
Maybe because he's just a good guy who listens to his kid. Like,
but there's no conflict there.
Right. It's like, maybe you raggedy bitch. Like, maybe he's actually a decent person and he needs a break. Jesus Christ. I went from prison and now I'm a superhero? What? Like, that isn't 2 of the most stressful things a person can experience. That's like, oh yeah,
superhero. Because I just watched them recently, right? So what happened?
Walked out of prison and become an astronaut.
Listen.
Like, what the fuck?
Let's go through Ant-Man's timeline, right? Got out of prison.
Yes.
Had a shitty post-prison life experience. Robbed Ant-Man's suit.
He got fired from Baskin Robbins.
Then this old dude was like, hey, I need you to help me steal this shit. And
$1
you're on the
billion
run, so you don't really
industry.
have a choice. Okay, fine. I
Yep.
guess since I'm on the run, I'll help you. Does it, gets pardoned. After he gets pardoned for his crimes, immediately goes to Captain America, helps him, gets put back in jail. All right, I'm on house
Yep.
arrest. Isn't Ant-Man for 2 whole years after
Yep.
the Captain America thing happens. And then he gets roped into it because of Hank and Janet. I mean, because of Hank
Yep.
and Hope. So then, after 2 years of not being Ant-Man,
Trying to rescue
he's
Janet.
Ant-Man for maybe a month, and then he gets stuck in the quantum realm for 3 years. This man has limited experience as being a superhero. And even in Quantumania, he wasn't trying to be a superhero. He was just trying to get his daughter back. So this man has, and Grant, did he play a part in getting the Infinity Stones? Yeah, being a thief. But actually being a hero and stopping crime, this motherfucker hasn't done that in the MCU. How is this motherfucking an Avenger?
Because he helped reverse the snap, and he punches space monsters. I feel like that's a pretty solid contribution. Being Giant Man and all that until he was he was a domestic terrorist in the eyes of the government.
So is everybody that was there on Endgame Day an Avenger?
Yes.
That's dumb.
We're all Avengers.
All the wizards and Kamatage are Avengers?
Yes.
Strange
and most of them bitches died in Multiverse of Madness, so you ain't even got to worry about them.
All of them,
all the wizards are Kamatage.
Men are Avengers too.
I need you to understand loud and clear when I tell you that Meek, the ant with scissor blade hands, is an Avenger. Yes. The Avengers have had weirder and dumber members.
You know what? And so is MODOK. MODOK's an Avenger too.
Nah. Nah. Because Steve dubbed everybody Avengers before he dipped out. If you were at that fight, honorary Avenger. I know they would stay at the compound, but get discounts on ice cream at Baskin Robbins. You can't pass that baton off to other people.
No, you have Avenger power. You can knight people as Avengers once you become an.
Bro, it's not those sun people from Rick and Morty. You can't pass that shit on. That's like you being knighted as a sir, and then looking at your best friend is like, "Hey, you're a sir too now, bro." No, that's not how it works.
Is Cap the only one that can decree that power? I feel like
whoever is leading them is the one that decrees it. So in that moment, it was Cap. Right now, it's probably new Cap. Honestly,
no. Did you see that interview with Mackie? He's saying that apparently his Cap ain't the leader of the Avengers.
Who is it, Rhodey? Oh God, it's Carol.
I don't think there is. We don't have an Avengers team right now, a formal one anyway.
It's Carol.
We'll see. We'll see how that Captain Marvel plays out.
Yeah,
I really feel like that one's gonna be divisive too. We'll see. It looks fun.
I mean, I saw the leaked parts of the trailer, so I'm like, if they, the weird thing is, like, people were complaining about this movie being super like silly and goofy. I'm like, Quantumania, there was like a handful of scenes with jokes. It wasn't that many. Like, there are moments that are certainly lighter, like meeting the psychic. Like, that was one of the moments where I'm like, oh yeah, they're playing this for like lighthearted and a joke, I think, are different things. Like, there was a joke at the end that I don't like, where Cassie's like, God, the ice spice is infecting me. Where Cassie's saying, it's like, hey Darren, you're a dick. He's like, I'm a dick. I don't know what to do. Just don't be a dick, Darren. I'm like, we could have cut that scene. God, I didn't need that. That was dumb.
I thought the scene itself was dumb, but Corey Stoll's delivery of like, I'm such a dick. I thought that shit was so funny.
I couldn't. It didn't make me feel like it was funny. It just made me feel fucking pity. Not like in a good way. I'm just like, oh God, that's depressingly sad.
Like MODOK, like a little dude. Is that part that made you feel sad?
Yeah, not throughout the movie, but in that one specific instance. Like, throughout, I'm like, well, this shit just looks silly. But then, like, he felt like a lapdog. I know, but like, not in a way that brought me humor. It just made me feel piteous. I'm like the scene of him being made, actually, I'll say, is rather humorous. I got some light and like I got a tuft of air of that, but I don't know, just like seeing him get tossed around. It just kind of made me like I saw them. I guess the only person that watched the MODOK TV show. I thought it was okay. It show felt like 1,000 years. I don't know. Something was up with that show's pacing. But MODOK is like he's an incompetent, bubbling dumbass.
Bro, could you
I
imagine
just
how much more threatening it would be if it was the similar plot with the Ant family, but MODOK's one running shit, and right as they're about to take MODOK down, like the entire Ant family freezes and like is stuck there, and then Kang comes and like brings MODOK and like saves his ass at the last second. They can't even stop how strong Kang is.
Yeah, that would have been way better. That would have really not only given more. I mean, Kang was awesome in the movie. Don't get me wrong. We'll talk about him in a sec. But like, yeah, it would have made MODOK feel more full circle because I could see where they were trying to do that. Because like, yeah, MODOK and Cassie have like a personal history. So them fighting, I'm like, okay, that's a cool setup. And then with it being resolved, it's, hey man, don't be a meaner. He's like, I am a meaner. Yeah, I'm gonna be better now.
Stop being so mean. I don't like it. Okay.
Yeah, that was what she said, and he's like, okay, I'm sorry. I was a meanie. Like I'm like, come on, grab your nuts, bro. Damn, did you shrink those too? Probably, but
you can't reach them.
Like, right, but it's like, golly, it's just. I want to like. I did like when the mask was down. I did like the voice modulation. Then like CGI big ass Corey Stoll face. Yeah, like you said, if he was the key villain, I think it would. I think the humor would have lasted better versus him literally only being played for comic relief. He is a silly character. He's a silly, goofy looking character who's also has to balance being intimidating. But it's like, but when he showed up, you used it. I don't think they balanced like the attempts at him being scary because no one took him seriously. I think that's what it is. No one actually took him seriously. We're not supposed to take him seriously. They can't have the same reaction.
I think they also kind of half chickened out because he's
out with a lot of stuff.
A normal looking face. His face is supposed to look like weird, like
like white eyes and like
humanoid, not human. I think the fact that he looked like a normal dude just with a big face made him look like JJ the Jet Plane and not like a deformed Greek thing.
Like I think there was a bit in the MODOK series where like Patton Oswalt had like a live action moment where you see his face, and that's kind of what I wanted to see from this of just like human like mixed media it because like I'll give him this. The creature design in this movie is actually really good. I really liked it, and I liked all of the background, like everything visually I liked except for MODOK, which was impressive. Like even when what really impressed me,
what?
There were three things that weirdly really impressed me: the music, the sound design of all things, and the costumes. Because I couldn't tell. Yeah, like I think everybody had on a real suit.
They never wore the mask though, like barely.
No, they kept flipping that thing on and off, and off, and that did kind of bother me a little bit. Because I'm just like, well, first of all, you don't know if you can breathe oxygen here. Scott and what's her face know, and it, but like
right. The second Ant-Man, they make a point of saying that like you can lose your mind if you spend like Ant-Man or Michael Douglas
walked back a lot of old stuff they said too.
Huh?
They walked back a little bit of old stuff if I recall from the old movies too.
Yeah, the fact that Janet was willing to send him down to the quantum realm to collect particles is kind of contradictory to her being afraid of Cassie sending a signal down there. Right. Like, you would have told them if there's some shit down there. Like, immediately. You would think, anyway.
Like, it's just like, and that and like the time distillation thing, which was different for the ants than the people. I'm like, like it hit me right after the movie. I'm like, ants now have made me think of a possible plot hole. Not a plot hole, but like I guess an inconsistency. I know, but someone said it's because they're on different level. I don't know. that the introduction of just like, oh yeah, the ants experienced like 1,000 years of development in several minutes. I'm like, what the fuck happened to all of y'all?
Well,
Then
all the whole, I think that for me, the reason why I can separate it is because I think viewing it as a movie, it's kind of it's not very good. But as I was watching it,
okay, continue.
I was imagining like how I saw it was like season 5, episode 1 of the MCU, and I was like, okay, this is just a live action cartoon. Because I saw it in
Okay,
3D, I was like, I was conscious of the fact that, damn, if I didn't see this in 3D, this probably look fucking terrible. This probably looks like fucking Spy Kids 3D or Attack of the Clones if I wasn't
because
watching
it's
it
like all
in this
background.
format.
Um,
Yeah, it's weird. And like you can tell, bro, Michael Douglas was sleepwalking through that movie. You know what the fuck he was
I don't think
doing.
it was sleepwalking. I think he was high as hell.
You know where the fuck he was. You know.
Ants, ants,
Yeah.
ants. Because ants, socialist ants. I don't know. I actually like Michael Douglas with the nothing he was given to do. He really sold the shit out of confused old senior citizen wanders. Like that
Yeah,
was
but
him the whole movie.
that's not the same guy he was in the first 2 Ant-Man though. That's the thing.
No, it was a lot more like intentional and a little bit more douchey. This is just like ramblings of an old man, kind of not even trying to relive the glory days, just trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
The scene,
It wasn't sleepwalking. He was like coke walking. Like
right.
he was high as hell.
The scene I thought was pointless was when they're like when they're in the ship and they're talking about like a woman has needs, and then he was like, I went on a date with a few people. He's like, why didn't it work out? It's like because they weren't you.
Because they weren't you. All
I
right.
was like, what the fuck was the point of that? Why do we spend time on this?
I think it was an attempt to be cute after the understanding that she definitely banged out both Bill Murray and Kang on that planet or that dimension.
Still, they didn't have like a reunite moment with Janet and Hank. Like that's my woman. Like you gonna kidnap my woman?
Oh,
Like
now that I think about it, I figure in the time that they've been back, you'd think that would have like came up at some point versus just now that she's back there. I mean,
you,
I guess there's no way to ask her like, was there anyone else there?
right? But
Is-
get this, the plot would have worked much better. Are we just talking about it now? Are we just going in?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like this is just becoming the episode.
Yeah. Okay. So imagine this: Fantastic Four we're in the Baxter Building. Reed Richards is just fucking around with the quantum realm. You know, like he's read up on Hank Pym's papers, and he's just curious because he saw that using the quantum realm is how the Avengers were able to bring everybody back. So because he's just like this guy with endless curiosity about science, he ends up getting his whole family stuck inside of there, and where he meets Kang the Conqueror, someone who is both terrifying and just as smart as he is. And it's like a battle of wits between them, but he also feels the guilt of, missing family time and then now
Right.
bringing his family into this dangerous situation with him. He feels like the guilt and responsibility for getting them back and then coming across this conqueror along the way of that journey. And then
Well, I mean, when you said it works better as a Fantastic Four movie, I had to pause, stop, think. I'm like, he's out of line. He's right. Like you're 1,000% right. It makes even more sense because Kang's last name is Richards,
right.
so you can do a lot of foreshadowing with that.
Exactly.
Versus the ant bro, the ant buddy, antster, like even
Amsterdam.
the yeah, it's like separating the family is like sort of made sense, but didn't do much. Like I guess it got Scott in the no, I guess it makes sense in retrospect.
And I would have also liked them to do like the split cast thing, but I think they would have, if they split the 4 of them up into dynamics we don't normally see. I think that would have been interesting. Like put
Like
Reed
Cassie
and
and Hope and Scott with the olds.
all that, but I was more so talking about like put Reed and Johnny together and put like
Oh,
Sue
you're talking
and
about Fantastic Four. Yeah. I know, because I imagine they all would be separated in different locations, and then one by one they kind of meet. So you would start with like a Reed and a Johnny and a Thing and Sue, and then they all find themselves like back together.
Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be cool.
I know it. You know,
Also, did you
Huh?
watch the trailers for Ant-Man and the Wasp, or did you like kind of stay clear?
This one? Yeah. I saw the trailers. I was a little annoyed that they because then it was the thing I was looking forward to most.
Because then
watching Kang fucking wash Scott.
Oh yeah, he beat the shit out of him.
But I was on. Let me make one thing. I want to let you finish. I want to make one thing abundantly clear. I was on Kang's side the entire time when I heard his plan because he's right. He's not wrong.
Bro, he dropped some fire lines in this movie, like some iconics. I will say, maybe a little early, but like when he was like, "I will burn them out of time." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, when
he had to close his eyes for that one. He saw the vision.
I am Kang. I'm like, yeah, you are.
I believe you.
Over here, like, to tell them who you are. But like,
and that was such a comic. I'm sorry, bro. It was a dumb.
Real as fuck, though. It's, I am a conqueror who talk to ants, and I'm like, he's right. He's absolutely right.
And then he got his ass
wrong one scene of this movie. Like, let's actually break down Kang's plan. They banned him to the Shadow Realm because he started a multiversal war because he's trying to prevent the collapse on time that's brought about from other versions of himself. So he's like, but also I want to get my revenge. I'm like, it's like, but do you have to kill other multiverses to do it? I'm like, I mean, sorry, y'all gonna hate me for this. But, I don't care about them. When am I ever gonna run into variant me?
Never.
So why is that my concern?
Exactly. Sounds like someone else's problem.
He's trying to prevent incursions and the collapse of reality of itself. Kang is right.
That was kind of heartbreaking when Janet was like, "Who broke it?" And he was like, "I did." Like, I don't know, there's something about his delivery there.
I did. It wasn't proud. It was just like, yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I did it." Like, yeah, I know. I don't know. There's like
what got me is like he offered her a chance to go home. She's like, "Well, you're a monster." I'm like, he said, "Are you going to destroy our universe?" He's like, "No." I'm like, okay, that's all I needed to hear.
Well, how do you trust him? He's a liar.
I mean,
he lied to Scott. Why should she believe him? She saw his mind.
Trusted him enough to give him my body. You know.
But she saw his mind, though. She saw like everything that he's did, his thoughts.
He can't tear up the yams. We have a connection.
I know, but she sees the way he thinks, is what I'm saying, more so. She saw his actions and his character.
I mean, then she can pick the magical basketball back up and see what he's thinking now. It's what is it? Neurokinetic, which is really dope. I like that idea. But it's like, yeah, pick that little tennis ball back up and like read in. It's just because she put it down. It's like, well, no. See is he a cap? Is that boy a cap?
He bullshitting? No,
right.
Just take the out. Right. It's okay.
But if he's lying, and here's the thing: if he was lying and talking, it's like, oh, but you just want to get revenge, and that's when he talks about burning him out of time. I'm like, again, yeah, let him be his own problem. He doesn't want to pull you into the shit. Let him fight those people. Like, yeah.
You know what, the thing that tripped me out is the fact that, and maybe there's something I missed. When Janet saw his mind, she was like, you killed so many timelines and this and that. As far as we know, the only thing Janet knows is the fact that she was being Wasp in the 60s and then she got stuck in the quantum realm. What the fuck does she know about timelines?
Timelines, yeah. That's a good
like,
point.
How do you even conceive that if you've never even,
like,
you don't know what that looks like?
Hank Pym is the type to strike me as someone that would like pitch timelines as an idea and people would brush it off. But no, you're absolutely correct. That is nothing we have seen in any of the text in the movies thus far.
Like Janet, how do you even conceive that timelines and realities?
I guess you could wiggle through and be like, oh, she picked it up along with the other stuff in there in his head. I guess
Did you see that?
If she saw everything everywhere all at once in her head.
Did you see that the writer for this movie also
the same writer for King Dynasty?
Yeah, which worries me. But he confirmed that.
I agree.
It worries me that Michael Waldron, the guy who wrote Multiverse of Madness, is doing Secret Wars, and it worries me that Jeff Loveless is doing Avengers 5.
Well, I guess we can though bank on the fact that they will have different directors. Directors have a pretty strong say too with like what does and doesn't make it in. So that movie's being directed by our brother who did What was it, Daniel Creston?
Yeah.
Justin Cretton, I think.
Justin Cretton,
yeah. So
we'll see.
Like, for all intents and purposes, the direction in the movie for the most part is like good.
I agree.
The bombing scene was weird. I can't put my finger on how. I think it's like it was having action scenes that were unfocused and dark, which is a weird thing to do for action that you're supposed to follow in like an emergency.
Are you talking about Ant-Man again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because like their colors are already dark. Well, like Ant-Man's wearing red and black.
Like you already have to light it up.
Like you guys have the quantum realm at your before you. You can do anything you want.
We only saw
you
like
make any colors you want.
Shades of background.
Right. I feel like they're afraid to make it colorful, like even more so, because I feel like they were a lot of reds and browns and purples.
Yeah, there's like a lot of dirts and low colors. I am so pissed at the use of William Jackson Harper in this movie.
Oh yeah, no, that was trash.
Because
I thought he was funny for what he was given.
No, he was really good. It's a shame that it was written for Donald Glover.
Yep. As soon as you said that,
just like Donald.
Bro, as soon as you said that, I was like, damn. He's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah. When I noticed that, I'm just like, this was written for Donald, but you couldn't use Donald because he's in Spider-Man. And people you don't want people to get confused. And I'm pissed because that tells me that, like you said, with this just being Peyton's Fantastic Four movie, that tells me Peyton is keenly aware of the fan casting shit. Marvel is keenly aware because the two ones that I've seen the most are William Jackson Harper and John Krasinski as Reed. Now we can't have that. So whatever this third one is going to be, they might know about Penn Badgley. He might be the freaking Megamind, whatever, from the Ultimate Universe.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
Because if they're doing Council of Kangs, that means we could get Council of Reeds. Actually, that means we probably will get Council of Reeds.
I am so concerned. I have no idea how they're going to pull any of this shit off. Like,
in the next 2.5 years. 3 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit to set up.
I don't think it's impossible to set up. I'm trying to figure out what. My only prediction, because I did call Kang way back when we were on the YouTube channel. I always take pride in that. And I'm calling that the next arc after the saga is going to be Mutation. On that. My only guess for this is that with 5 and 6 being 2-parters, Kang Dynasty is basically Infinity War with incursions, setting that up, and then Secret Wars are the actual incursions, and basically the end game where you have to either undo the incursions of planets, literally, timelines and realities collapsing in on one another, or things are fusing together for a soft reboot.
Man, I'm just wondering where in that do they find something that's like tangible, and who are our characters that we're following? Like, I thought it was interesting that Tom Holland be the lead of King Dynasty. I was like, huh, okay. Like, I'm not mad at it. Not what I was expecting, but I'd be curious.
The weirdest decision was, remember when they were basically grooming uh Spider-Man to be like the new face of the brand in the future? I'm like, y'all don't own him. Don't do that.
Oh, right, with Spider-Man 2 or no, Far From Home.
Well, that's what I believe they were kind of pushing for near Endgame, between Endgame and Far From Home, which is like, okay, he's gonna be the new face of everything, and then the fiasco happened with that. We lost, and I think it was, here's who I think was originally supposed to be that lineup: Spider-Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, um, new Cap America, uh, and new Black Widow. I think it was gonna be like your core team.
Well,
Yeah,
now she's on Thunderbolts, so she can't be. She's not gonna be Avenger now.
I mean before. I mean, wait. I'm talking like 2019, not 2023. Us.
I
Like,
think our team.
I think that's
If I
what
had
they
to,
would have been shooting for at the time. Is like
if
the
I had to
new
guess,
key players.
yeah, if I had to guess what our team is now, probably be
Our current team.
Sam Wilson Cap,
Yeah,
Sam Wilson Cap,
yeah,
Spider Man,
yeah,
Miss Marvel,
yeah,
She Hulk.
yeah.
Ooh, who else?
Hawkeye too, probably. Especially since we probably, if we get
Hawkeye.
Renner back,
Old Hawkeye or new Hawkeye?
new Hawkeye too, new Hawkeye.
Okay.
I don't know if we're gonna get Renner back. I mean, I want him to heal completely, focus on recovery. We haven't heard anything in months. I just want him to be okay. If he comes back to the role or makes a cameo, that's awesome, man. But right now, that guy needs to heal.
Oh
Because
yeah.
what happened to him was a tragedy. So I hope he's okay. Like,
Yeah.
I could care less about him being in the comic book movies. I would rather him be alive and well.
Likewise. No, yeah. I hope he's healing up well.
But no, Hawkeye 2 is who I would guess as another member of that.
She's a little inexperienced though. Maybe she'll get better by the time we
So
come back around.
I think Spider-Man would be the bridge for
Yeah.
someone
So,
of, if you have like a,
ooh, okay. Yeah. So Spider Man,
yeah,
Cap,
yeah,
Shang-Chi,
yeah,
She Hulk.
yeah.
Who thing?
You
You
need,
think Thor would come back?
no,
Yeah. So
not as anything terrestrial. I think he would be on like a space team.
probably Captain Marvel.
I would for sure say Captain Marvel. She's getting a big push. But
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
weirdly enough, though, not Monica and not Kamala. I wouldn't see them on those teams.
Really? You don't think? I think Kamala would be on the Avengers.
I think she. Yeah. So okay, either Kamala or Hawkeye 2 is going to be that young person bridge. I mean, not the bridge. Spider-Man is the bridge. They're the newcomer. One of them. It's either
Kamala.
one
I
of
think
them or
Kamala.
America. And I don't think they do America. But I do think they do want to do Ultimates one day. Once they get through a bunch like
Has to be a
Fantastic Four
blend
3.
of, yeah, it has to be a blend of established characters with new characters. So we
Yes.
get Cap, Cap Falcon,
Yeah.
Spider Man. I guess Captain Marvel, um, She Hulk new, Miss Marvel new, and fuck. I guess what's her name? Your girl is gonna join us as a six member. Oh,
Monica?
White Vision.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Haley. Yeah, so that's 7. I think it's a solid 7.
Yeah.
It's a solid team.
Yeah,
Fuck it. Strange is 8. No, I can't see Strange joining the Avengers.
no. I'd see him have his own little gang.
Yeah.
Probably help out with like Midnight Suns or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like in Monica, that's a cosmic setup. Kamala is either street level or Avengers. Same for She-Hulk, honestly. You could do either or. Hawkeye 2 street level, more than likely. She could be an Avenger. I think she'd get an offer and then turn it down and be like, "No, I'm good. Fuck that." Oh, Cassia's stature? No.
Hell no.
Like I think she would want to, but I don't think she got the stones for it.
I don't think I liked Catherine Newton in this movie. I'll be honest. I feel like something about her feels Disney to me,
I thought,
like Disney Channel.
Like you talk about like how she was directed to act.
That and like her face.
You sound like me.
I don't know. Someone just like
she did have like a lot of no shade to Catherine Newton. I'm sure is a delightful person and talented and whatnot.
She's great. She's
but
great.
Yeah, she has. It was kind of like a blank stare-ish look.
She's not used to acting in the volume.
That could very well be it. It could very well be. It's like, now, granted, when she was acting like pained when Kang was torturing her, like that was good. It like come and go. She has a kind of like look to her eyes that can almost maybe feel unfocused.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is for me is that I don't know. That's not fair. That's not a fair thing to make. Because I watched Ant-Man 1 and 2, I think that she didn't, even though she had the same name, she didn't feel like the same person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I mean, like, the daughter was the same for 2 movies.
Yeah.
And that kid was like, that Cassie was very much her own person. Maybe it's just we don't get to see those elements. Like, and
we don't really get to see her personality.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
other than just like,
Cassie had,
I'm a freedom fighter.
I'm a freedom fighter. I want to do the right thing and help the little guy.
Like,
that's your whole personality. Or I like science too. That's it.
She doesn't really have an arc.
No, she stayed from beginning to end.
Yeah. Like no one, like even in the like they try to bring up a arc for not Hank, Scott, but Scott's already a good guy who doesn't really like he's static. Like this is a case where I get the vibe that you got from Tenet, where I'm just like, there's no like character development aside from Kang, but his stuff is like, I'll give them credit on that. They weaved his exposition into the plot very well.
Did Kang change? Did he like change from beginning to end?
No, we get to see who he was at his beginning to his present, though.
Did Scott have an arc in this movie?
No. They allude the one that you talked about that Cassie was trying to prove that they didn't show, I think is what they were going for. But the problem is Scott's already a pretty good guy.
Well, the thing is, I remember specifically when I was watching it the first time, and the Freedom Fighters were telling Cassie and Scott that like they were trying to overturn the Conqueror, trying to fight back against the Conqueror, and Ant-Man's like, "This isn't our fight." I'm like, "Nigga, aren't the same motherfucker that tried to get Tony Stark to risk his everything to help bring everybody back? Like, aren't you the same motherfucker who said that?"
Yeah, and I guess that's what they were trying to do with it. But again, like you said, Scott's just mostly a pretty consistently nice guy. He's also like old. You know, it is a case of I am too old for this shit.
But here's the thing. We've only seen Scott do things for other people that he already cares about. We haven't seen Scott do anything selfless for strangers. He helped the Avengers to get what he lost back.
Well, I mean, that was the plot of the theft in this movie. So no, we are in agreement. He had no arc.
But I'm saying that his arc should have been to become a truly selfless hero, because nothing he's done has been selfless.
Yeah, but nothing he's done has been bad either. So it's one of those
cases. I know.
Like, what's it called?
But I thought it was
beneficial altruism.
But I think it's different than looking out for your family than looking out for the little guy, looking out for strangers. Because they've yet to see. I mean, I guess he technically was like a Robin Hood type before he became Ant-Man. We don't really get to see that, but we hear about it. So I'd have liked to see him
in the text, but yeah, it's just so
I would have liked to see him have a selfish arc of like doing something for him by teaming up with Kang to get more time with his daughter and make her a kid again.
I think that's part of the issue too, is that Scott is already like, say what you will about Ant-Man in the comics or the character, Scott within the movies, due to the magical charm of Paul Rudd and his own very delightfully simple acting talent, he's just like already likable. And it's just, I'm not saying that you can't sell him as selfish, but I don't think they were brave enough to do it, because it's like, but it's Paul. He's gonna find a way to make you feel okay. But it's like, but it was like he got ice cream for a sick puppy. Oh, like
you know what's weird? This movie weirdly, the beginning of this movie weirdly reminds me of Spider-Man 3, where like everything's great for Peter in the beginning, and everything's great for Ant-Man. All this stuff is going great, and this is my life now. But he doesn't. He has. They should have either had the balls to kill him at the end of the movie, or had the balls to have him and Janet stuck in the quantum realm.
Yes. Oh my God, we agree on that.
Or because they cock tease us with that, saying like, "Wow, look at them overlooking the city. Look at them, all the ants. Look at all the people they helped save."
That would have been so interesting.
That would have been awesome.
Like, you didn't have to. Like, I think killing him would have gotten the point home better, and would have released Paul for a couple years from the shackles of franchise. Or had them be stuck there. That would have been so dope. If I was hoping I thought that's what they were gonna do, and then the portal opened back up, and I'm like, oh, but you know what I thought they were gonna do at the end? They set off with a joke. I thought they were gonna have it be some mind game shit, because like
I thought they were gonna show like Kang actually got out, like some post scene from Thor 1 type shit.
Yeah, like I mean, Kang can do some weird stuff, so it's like it might be like a psychological prison, because that's what I thought they were setting up, but it didn't give a payoff, so I don't. Right, it could still be the case, but when he's like I don't know if you got the vibe, but when he was walking down the street at the end, I'm like, this feels off. This feels really weird for some reason.
Oh, I felt anxious that entire time.
Okay,
like things are too happy. What's going on? But they didn't like utilize that well,
right?
Like that was such a weird final shot to end with him like spitting out cake. I'm like, y'all were just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
This is
like that.
I didn't think of an ending. Like, I guess we'll end it here.
It didn't end. It stopped.
Exactly.
Which I'm like, had they ended that with him bonding with his family, like the movie had like 3 chances, like 5 chances to end it. It wouldn't end. Like when Kang is whooping the dog shit out of Scott. Let's talk about Kang's death. Quote unquote death. People keep calling it a death. I'm like, that man is not dead. He is not
right.
He got knocked out of a timeline into a micro dimension. You think him like, I don't understand what would have killed him, because all it did was like the gear thing was exploding when Scott threw all the size circles on it to make him shrink. So when he touched it, he was so as it exploded, it pulled him in.
It sounds like to me further into the quantum realm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is like now he's not dead. He's trapped in the sphere.
Yeah,
with probably multiple versions of himself through some sort of weird psychosis. But like it's like when Scott shrunk down and went in the sphere. That's basically what happened, because it's like he made a bomb out of things that make you small and got sucked in. Yeah. So like he's not. We didn't see a body. He's not dead.
I agree.
I don't know who's out here saying it's like, oh, he's dead. I'm like, he's not dead.
Also, I don't understand the science of how shrinking and growing when you're already small works.
Don't overthink it. You can break your brain already by the fact that they're subatomic size, talking to like creatures that are made up of like atomic particles.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's weird because the quantum realm is a place of its own. It feels as though like you might as well be in space.
Right.
You might as well just be in this other dimension. And I'm like, damn. And it's gonna sound like a weird comparison, but because there's little humor in this movie, and the fact that there was like these group of people that were trying to overthrow this conqueror that's this overwhelming being,
right.
And then our heroes have to escape. Like, where have I seen that before? A sci-fi movie starring a comedic hero with a villain that is overrunning a city, that makes a hologram at the end. This is essentially a similar plot to Thor: Love and Thunder, because they were stuck in like the pocket dimension.
Better executed. Oh, you mean what's it called? The Shadow Realm?
I'm not Love and Thunder. I'm sorry, Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
Because the Grandmaster was like the ruler. He was like a more fun ruler though, and the Kang the Conqueror is like rules with an iron fist.
Oh yeah.
I feel like if we would have got to see, I don't feel like we saw enough of what Kang's rule was like. Like outside of like the one scene where like you saw that his soldiers were like fucking with some people as Janet was walking by, and Janet and Hank, you don't really get to feel the influence of what he's done to the place. Right. But yeah, man, what did you think of Kang himself?
Oh, phenomenal. I'm sure if they took another pass, there probably could have been some more ways to tweak him, but I just liked Jonathan Majors he is the only reason I saw this movie because of fucking you. Because he reminded me, it's like, hey man, you can't not support Jonathan Majors during Black History Month. I'm like, fuck. Start punching air. No, he killed it. It was great. He has such incredibly dynamic range. Stole every scene he was in, like full show stealer. He is so good. He balances out, I would say, a large amount of the bullshit throughout the movie.
I agree.
I'm so glad,
and it's weird because
just do his thing.
I have this thought that made me kind of mad. Is the fact that the way they're advertising this movie, Marvel, these motherfuckers know how good Jonathan Majors is. This is the first time they've highlighted the villain of the poster in a solo movie.
Yeah.
When they're normally like in the background or like to the side or whatever.
Yeah, he's the center, like right above them, because they're in his hand.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Exactly.
It's
they know how dynamic. They know how threatening how he comes across. They know how dynamic Jonathan Majors is as an actor, and they utilize that aspect or that skill of his. But then they have all these other Marvel movies with these lackluster ass villains that they intentionally underwrite. And I'm like, do you guys purposely do that and make these lackluster villains so when you guys do have a good villain, it makes it stick out that much more?
Oh, I hope not, because they're usually interesting. Like Gore was really interesting conceptually. Movie was just not it. Like the Daughters of the Red Room playing a role in Black Widow's backstory, very interesting until it wasn't. Shang-Chi's dad, 2/3. You had a great 2/3. Then you get to the last third and you fumble it for a CGI dragon. Like, you're just shooting yourself in the foot every time. It's very, very disappointing. Every now and then we'll get an Namor or even like the sprinklings of Wenwu. But man, it's just like that's a good question. It's like it can be great in a one-off. Okay, you can like him even if we're only going to see him once.
How many great villains were in the first phase of the MCU that stick out?
How many great ones, or how many stick out?
How many stick out as great villains? Outside of the 30 movies we've seen, outside of Thanos, Killmonger, debatably Loki, and
I'll give you Loki. Vulture. No, I don't like him, but I'll give that to you. He's been around and had a lot of development, so I'll give you Loki.
Yeah, and Vulture.
Yeah.
Maybe Mysterio.
I put Mysterio,
but more so.
There. I like Mysterio very well.
Okay, so 5. So 5 out of 30 movies. Who else is sticking out? Not Malekith. Not Darren Cross.
Low-key.
Not Caecilius.
Low-key, what Obadiah Stane, because he was the first one.
Oh, so okay, I suppose.
He was the first one. Help with the progenitor, like, you know, evil version of the superhero was like, it was early. He got it at the right time. And it's Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges was actually like, I legitimately say Iron Man is like a great movie. The thing is in the almost in the like 15 years, Jesus, that movie's old. Oh man, yeah, Iron Man turns 15 this year. If my math is right.
Oh wow.
In the 15
Oh, yeah,
years,
it does.
say what?
So yeah, it does. You're right.
Yeah, in the 15 years since that movie dropped, so many other movies, including other Marvel movies, have done the uh villain is the superhero but evil thing. So it feels tired, when it was like it was on its way out by the time Iron Man came out, and we just fatigued it to death. But I put Obadiah
Yeah.
Stane there. Pretty movies. I like a lot of some of the villains are more so carried by the strength of the actors. Because like Kate Blanchett as Hela was fun, but as a villain was severely underused, which is very unfortunate.
No, we're talking about the menace of the villain themselves in relation
Right.
to the hero.
Like,
I mean, yes, she was threatening, but they didn't utilize
didn't
her
you? And they
well.
they could have because she's really interesting. Like Odin's other kid before Thor and Loki. Awesome. Be dope if we got some with it. Wait a second. Uh, Ronan sucked. Never mind. He doesn't count. Um,
Boo, boo, Ronan.
e- Ego. I can't tell if Ego is a good one because I don't like Guardians 2 specifically because of Ego. Um, he's
I think
he's well acted. Not
I think he's a good villain. I don't think he's a great
yeah.
villain.
He's yeah.
Like, how many great villains are
Yeah.
there?
I'll give him good because like I disliked him so much for what he did that it makes me dislike the movie amongst a couple other things.
Oh yeah, no, he's a trash. He's a trash
Yeah, it's
dad.
like
Yeah.
amongst like the Rocket storyline and shit like that. But so yeah, I'd give him good. I'm trying to think.
A lot of great.
Oh,
Red Skull's lackluster for what he could have been.
oh, yeah, yeah.
He's
No,
good.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
I
I'll give
think
you good. I'll give you good. I had to think on that one because I do like Captain America, but so villains in two. Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier actually is a good villain. Because he's a pawn of the government.
Oh, you're talking about Robert Redford?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he was good.
I'll actually give them like up there good. I think they're less considered because it's kind of like how the CIA are the villains of Black Panther 1 and 2. Like the villain you don't see. There's only like one
Yeah.
person that can represent it. So I'd actually put Winter Soldier up there with great. It's just kind of it's a subtle great. It's not a direct antagonist per se. It is the concept of the government. It's capitalism.
Captain Captain Marvel's villain was
Trash.
trash.
I mean that movie I think is mid as fuck. If people like it, I'm glad. But they're so
Okay,
so
here's the
wasted.
thing.
So wasted. Not even the villain.
I think
Other stuff.
I like Ant-Man, Quantumania. I acknowledge all the problems it has. It's not a great movie. I think it's a fun movie. I don't think it's a good movie.
Agreed.
That being said, I still think it's better than Love and Thunder,
Yes.
and I enjoy it more than Multiverse of Madness.
On that, we are at an impasse, my friend.
We disagree. I know you love your Sam.
It's
Raimi.
right above it. I think is where I put it in my rankings. I think I put Multiverse of Madness right above this, and even still, that's like number 5, number 4 or 5
Bro, I had
of between the last phase and now.
I watched a interview today, and the interviewer was spitting, and Jonathan Majors is even like, "Yo, this dude's spitting."
The IGN
It
one.
was essentially no, it wasn't IGN. It was essentially this guy was saying that Kang and Ant-Man are like perfect adversaries because I'm paraphrasing, but he essentially said that Ant-Man can shift his space, but he's limited on time. And Kang is confined in his space, but he has endless time.
Yeah. I think that was almost a line from the movie where he's talking about like time is a prison. God, he sold the shit out of them scenes.
He really did.
And he was hanging.
No,
he was hanging out with what 30-year-old what's her beautiful name? Janet.
Oh yeah,
He
definitely caught the cheeks. He caught the Janet
absolutely cheeks. Because I think it was you. You were the one who said, "Notice how he switched up every time Janet would come around." I was like, I felt something familiar. It's like, because when Scott was in there, when his raggedy ass daughter was over there, it's like, "I'll crush you in the dust. I'll make you relive the worst memories of your life." And Janet comes in and he said, "Perhaps I was too harsh. Let me settle myself down a little bit."
He's ready to come out the quantum realm with stepdaddy. Right? Notice how he hit that jelly bean with Evangeline Lilly? Like, he'd been waiting 30 years to say that shit. Hello, jelly bean.
Luke.
He's like, I've been hearing about you, my de facto daughter, through storytelling.
Why did the Wasp have nothing to do in this movie?
Because Evangeline Lilly is hateful.
Damn. You think all her stuff got cut?
No, that was funny. No, I don't know. But like
they have nothing to
they
do,
were just
bro.
like, oh yeah, and the Wasp. That's right. We forgot her. So she can save Scott a couple times. Yeah, that's fine. She's literally just background support character for most of the movie. Until she had to be relevant for the title's sake. Like, at least make this woman like co-lead. She was an afterthought.
Her name is in the damn title.
In the damn, unless you're talking about Janet, then it's Scott and Janet.
It is story. Scott and Janet's story.
So it's still Ant-Man and the Wasp.
All right, now.
By technicality,
it's Ant-Man and Janet.
Scott and Janet.
It's the Scott and Janet hour.
Why was this movie called Quantumania?
I have no idea. Title. I guess because you know what it was for? It was to set up that scene at the end where it says Ant-Man and then the Ant and Man slide into the Quantumania. Because somebody in a boardroom was like, "Oh my God, I got it." And it has Ant-Man in it. So when the credits come down, boom, is like QUTM ANIA. Like, it all comes together. It all slot over.
I'm gonna say something unpopular.
Go for it.
I don't hate the Kang getting taken down by Ant scene. I don't hate it.
It's more, my friend. You are on an island with that one.
And here's why.
I'm not judging you because of it. I'm very curious as to what your reasoning is. Please continue.
I watched it a second time. Like, sure, Ant-Man, no, Kang should have gotten like the jump on all the motherfuckers that were coming after him when he still had his full suit on, right? And when Hank came back, people think it was like maybe like it was like 10 ants. He got taken up by 10 ants. We know, motherfucker, he got taken up by millions of ants.
Hundreds of thousands of ants. It was a shit ton of ants.
That was a sea of ants that were 1,000 years old, and they're already self-thinking before they had 1,000 years to advance themselves. So I don't know. I can believe it. I'm not saying it's smart, but I'm saying like sure. Plus, it's an Ant-Man movie. It's campy. It's like they gotta have ants somewhere in the movie. We haven't seen a single ant.
Fucking fault is that? Why didn't they have them hanging out with the ants earlier? You write the movie, throw more ants in this bitch.
They married the fuck out of those ants for the finale.
I think it bothered me. I mean, obviously because of what it was, because it was like just a touch too silly. But again, this movie doesn't have that many jokes.
It gave curses energy to me. It was like curses, right again.
I'll get you, Ant-Man. That's what it was giving.
That's the type of energy it was giving, and I was like, "Yeah, it's a cartoon." I'm not like, mad at it.
You can't do this to me. I'm Kang the Conqueror. No, like that.
And what do? Talk to ants?
Oh God! You take take every line and use a lesser talented actor or an actor with a different tone, and it gets way funnier. So they got lucky that they bagged Jonathan Majors, the man who doesn't watch his own movies because just he's that good. But that's like, take all the lines. It's like, well, time is a prison. Ooh, confining the soul. It's like, yes, I'm going to get my revenge on them. They're going to pay.
I'll be real. I think, listen, those ants, those were some big ass ants.
There were some big ass ants.
Two.
Those were some bar-sized ants.
I think Endgame Thanos would have lost to those ants.
I don't know about
that. I think they would have taken us out. Endgame, not Infinity War Thanos. Endgame Thanos. I
point still stands.
That's a lot of ants.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I would like to see it.
That's a shit. Man. They got tech. They got the numbers and they got tech.
He has a
Thanos versus Alone. Maybe, granted, he has that blade.
He got that double-sided butter knife on his side. You better put some respect on.
But listen, the ants are about that life. They're about the community. They're not about the one man.
You think they're all going to pick him up and lift him over their head, throw him off a cliff like Looney Tunes?
I feel like Thanos is going to get tuckered out before he can kill all the ants.
So what I'm hearing is that a bunch of the ants are going to pick him up and throw him over a cliff like dun, 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 dun. They're all going to be walking in sync. Dun, 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 dun.
But they're gonna do that. But that's not how they defeat him, because they would try to throw him over and then he would helicopter back up with his little blade thing.
It's like, the Thanos copter is real. God.
No, they'd have to bite him to death or use their little ant lasers.
I'll say this much though about Kang. Watching him whoop the dog shit, I feel bad for Paul Rudd. He's so likable in this movie. He's just delightful. Such a kind talent, but I reveled in watching him get the dog shit beat out of him. Not of anything that he did, just one, the month, and two, just watching the meat display. Just pop, hit, like, if anyone in they ever fucking life lifts their foot up that high, fucking waist high, to rain hellfire upon you, you have to kill them. Because that's disrespectful. Your foot has hang time on my literal ass kicking? Absolutely not, bitch. I was watching Scott get his ass handed to him, and I'm over here like, that's all right. I'm going to go through the portal. My other gun. Come back, shoot all you hoes.
He was taking his sweet ass time too.
Oh no, that was not a short ass whooping. That was mink, mink, mink. Oh, mollop.
Bro, he had some time to monologue and beat some ass, monologue a little more, beat some more ass.
Legitimately got mollywopped, which I haven't seen that on film in a good long while.
Oh yeah, he got his shit kicked in.
Yeah, literally, he kicked him multiple times, stomped on his ass.
He broke that fucking helmet. That helmet was deceased.
Did he punch the helmet?
He like curb stomped it.
Okay.
Like he kept stepping on his face until it broke.
Which, oh man, I'm remembering that. That was some dope shit. Like that's some you really got to respect Kang for. Thanos did this too, and Killmonger to a lesser extent. He's not afraid to get into the squabbles. He said, you know what? Army can't handle it. Fine. Personal problems require personal solutions, bitch. I'm about to air this motherfucker out. Clean plate, clean slate. Started blasting people left and right. He was punching stuff. I respect the hustle.
Even with that freeze move that he used.
Even when the map.
He had an ability to make portals and he could freeze people. And he don't use that shit.
Them ants like took him to the great beyond. He showed up. All he had was a sleeve ripped. I'm like, he killed each and every one of them bitches by hand.
Oh yeah. Oh, he did. He didn't lose to the ant. He just set back a little bit.
He had his outfit was dope and comic accurate. It looks beautiful. I kind of wanted.
Both versions.
Yeah, I kind of want to do a Kang someday. That looks fun. Like he balled out with that fucking tunic, and then you saw the shit torn and fucked up. He was just coming out more pissed. He's like, "Those were Gucci robes, bitch. You're about to get it."
Right. They still got to work on that mask for him though. It still looks weird to me.
I'm actually cool with it. Actually, I was
Yeah.
digging his mask. I was trying to notice the differences in
You like
Scott's suit though. It feels different, like in his helmet.
Wait, say it again. He feels different in his helmet.
Scott's helmet looks different to me. Yeah,
Oh, it is
like
different.
I know the suit is different, but
yeah, he has a different helmet every movie. There's more red on it and it's darker. Because I remember the first Ant-Man had that like kind of 60s rust to it. When you saw his helmet in what was it? Civil War, the shit was mad bright. It was super
that was
shiny.
my favorite one because it was all silver. Pretty much.
So this is a little darker, and there's more accents of red on the top and the sides of it, and the back is black as well.
Yeah. Cool design nonetheless. I just couldn't.
I like the suit design.
Yeah.
It's very Iron Man inspired, but I still.
Have you ever noticed that their chests are supposed to look like their respective bug?
Oh yeah, huh? But what's her name get a name in the movie? She didn't. Cassie's daughter or Scott's daughter.
Scott's daughter's.
She didn't get a super.
No, they didn't call her Stature. Just called her Cassie. Oh yeah, but yeah, the music in this was really good.
I liked it. I don't know, man. There's scenes that I like. I like the drink the ooze scene.
I thought that was funny because I'm like, oh, you can see that one coming.
Yeah, I like the probability storm scene. The Bill Murray scene was all right. It was a little weird. Yeah, Bill Murray's
it had
acting.
made no sense. It was just a waste of talent, a waste of a day player.
Yeah, I thought it was the one line reading I thought was weird when he was like very wild Henry. I was like, what is that context supposed to mean? I mean, I understand what it's supposed to mean, but the way you said it,
just let him do his thing. It's like, oh my gosh, we got Bill Murray here.
Yeah. Also, there was one joke that like half bothered me. That was like, I get it's supposed to be a haha, but you're also like literally foon speeding the audience when Scott and Cassie were talking, and then old psychic boy or telekinesis boy who's like, she's disappointed in you. I'm like, really? Like, I understand the joke, but like, do we need that though? Like, there's subtext, we can have subtext. That's okay.
In that scene were both a joke I liked and a joke I didn't like, which the one with it's like, oh yeah, you have holes in you, 7 to be exact, and I had to actually stop and do the math. I'm like, oh shit, huh? Yeah, I guess so.
Nice. We have 9 holes.
I still had to do the math, and I think I figured it out. But that was also kind of packaged with mind reader guy, and he's just like, he's like, stop. Yeah, like you said, stop talking about it. Stop making it weird. I'm just like, okay, this joke is running a little too long. It's the next scene.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, when he was like, he went from asking them questions to like kind of being hostile about it. When it's like, where are you from? Who are you? It just kind of felt like weird escalation.
Yeah, they just wanted to find a way to get David Desmalkian in there.
Yeah. I was talking about, what's his name? William Jackson Harper. Yeah. He went from like kind of interrogating them when he can read their mind. He's like, we don't need to know how many holes they have. He went from arguing with his people, then turning it on Cassie and Scott. I don't know. Just thought the tone of it was weird. But
we want to talk about the post credits scenes and done.
Yeah, we can talk about how did you feel about the first post credit scene?
I liked it. I'm pissed because I had both of them spoiled to me from a page I follow on social media. I'm like, you motherfucker! Like, I saw the movie Sunday. Like, Jesus Christ!
So I guess the internet doesn't.
This is the only time this has ever happened.
Especially, both of them are spoiled. How do you
Because
both
he
of them
posted
spoiled?
screenshots from both of them. Like, fuck, where is this gonna come up?
Oh, you scrolled? Was it in one post? Or you saw
They
two
were
posts?
separate posts.
Oh damn!
But yeah, I saw one, scrolled, and saw another from the same account. I'm like, motherfuck, and his comments are turned off. I'm like, you don't want people cussing your bitch ass out. Yeah, this is the first time that's ever happened because most of the people I follow like usually respect that rule, including news pages. Not this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I like the first one. It was cool being able to recognize. I'm like, oh, that's Ramatut. Oh, that's Immortus. I couldn't figure out that the other one was Centurion, but it's Centurion. At Council of Kings, it's interesting that it's like a Coliseum, but I get like it was. Jonathan Majors has a task ahead of him that I think only Jonathan Majors and maybe Leonardo DiCaprio are well equipped to handle. Which that is, you have to do like a million distinct characters. Like, how did they shoot the cheering scene? I'm really fascinated by.
They just had him stand in different positions,
right?
And just film that over and over again. I guess. I thought it was kind of corny. It felt like Power Rangers to me. I was like, oh, this is.
And that's how they look.
Whatever fucking voice he was doing for Mortis. And the time is right. I'm like, bro, quit.
Oh, because
quit on that Eddie. Quit on that Jupiter Ascending Eddie Rampage shit. Come on now.
You know who he sounded like? The boy from Black Panther.
Are you talking about Forrest Whitaker?
Like that. I'm like, oh, he trying to sound like Negrio. Okay. Yeah, you thought it was corny, bro.
And then
it's not hitting.
Bro, that shit was mad. And then, bro, we had a fucking what's his name? Fucking Cyborg from Justice League pop up as one of the Jonathan Majors, as one of the Kangs with his old CGI, with no eyebrows and no hair. Funny. And then all these other wild ass Kangs, buck wilding Kangs in the stands.
A whole lot of Kangs.
Who's gonna lead these fools? So I'm just concerned. I'm like, how are we gonna do this? We kill their most powerful Kang. I'm trying to see a way they can feasibly make a Council of Kangs threatening.
I mean,
in a singular
one
movie.
Kang when you can have three.
Why have three Kangs? We can have 4. Have 10. No, but I guess I don't know. I guess we just have to see.
It depends on how they make them.
All I know is America Chavez is going to have a major role to play.
I think it's going to depend on how they make each one of them feel distinct. Because the key ones right now are going to be Immortus, Ramatut, Victor Timely, and Centurion. Victor.
So how much do you think Kang is going to be present in the Loki series? How many episodes do you think he's going to be in?
There's like 8 episodes. I'll give him like 2.
I think I'll give him 3.
I could be swayed for 3. I could see 3 because I don't think they're going to do all 3 of them over on that show. They could, but I think they said that the villain is another Loki variant.
If they can find the Kang from this movie and somehow get that Kang back, I think that would be best. Because I do too. Kang.
I think he's awesome.
And I would like to see. Yeah, I want to see more of what he has to offer.
Yeah, I don't think this maximized his potential. Like, we didn't really get to see him put his chair to full use. And that's what I kind of want to see with Kang Dynasty.
Literally was like no entire movie. We didn't get to see him come into his full Kangness because he was limited because he didn't have the orb. But I like the second post-credit scene. I thought it was cool. When we just
see that one, I was kind of mad.
Like, okay,
I'm like, okay.
I'm like, yeah, I like Loki. Okay, yeah, I'll watch it. Jonathan Majors and Loki. It's not surprising.
Me who watches it to just keep up. It's like me. Did we want to talk about that one brief topic and skedaddle? Yeah,
The
I mean we could
MCU.
talk as an extension to this. I don't think it's going to take us that long.
Okay.
Um.
I
Oh no,
yeah, no, you go.
it was what you wanted to bring up.
I've seen a lot of discourse online talking about how like the MCU's fallen off, the magic is gone, and I don't know. I don't feel like I fully believe that, but I am at a state for most MCU projects where I am both nervous and passively excited. I've been actively excited for an MCU movie since No Way Home. And everyone that's come up, I'm like, yeah, I'll go watch it. And like I usually like it or like think it's okay. You know, I think the last movie I really liked from Marvel was probably Shang-Chi. Yeah, I didn't really care for Black Widow. Didn't care for Multiverse of Madness. Didn't I like
You do?
Eternals, but I think I do asterisk it should
We
have been a
had that
series. I
conversation,
think
and I agreed with you.
it's an okay movie, but it
That
would
you
make a
like it in
great
concept,
series.
not execution.
Yeah. I think it has potential. That's the one like I don't know, I feel like they're on opposite sides for me. I feel like the Eternals basis for what they did is good.
Yes.
I just wish they had more time to flush out the things that they did because the basis and the heart of where they were coming from had a good
Agreed.
intention. Whereas Doctor Strange had shit that they set up within the movie, but they don't utilize, which is an example of bad missed potential because you're just being
I put
negligent at
Scarlet
that
Witch
point.
on the good villain
I
list.
think ah, I can't. I can't yet. I feel like they rushed her. I feel like she can't be considered there for me. At least not yet. Let's talk WandaVision. But I don't know. Just her shit was too. She's a powerful villain. I think she's a powerful villain. But
I like her. Yeah, I
yeah,
like her well
she's
enough
not
in the. I mean, as a. I'm trying to think about that movie like
powerful.
isolated. Um.
I think for me, yeah, I think she's powerful in the sense that she has a lot of power, but I feel like she's underwritten in that movie and she has no personal connection to Strange. Like there's no duality there. It's just the fact that she's a woman who wants her kids and he's the guy who has to stop her. And they don't make any sort of connection to the fact that her,
Well, they
America Chavez, and Strange
they
all
haven't
have
really
trauma. And they
had a
should,
relationship either, as far as we know.
but they should have. That's the thing. Or at least establish one within this movie
Other than the
to make
fact
it
that
more
they're both like
heartbreaking. The
magic.
reason why exactly the reason why why Civil War works so well is because we know those two characters have a history. We don't want to see them fight. And I feel like if you would have established some semblance of a history between Wanda and Strange, it would have made the fighting more interesting, other than the fact that she's magic and he's magic. And we know them both separately. So she doesn't go in there for me. Because I think a good example of utilizing the duality concept within a span of one movie is Black Panther with Killmonger and T'Challa. That's one of the stronger villains of the MCU
No,
because of the writing,
I put him in
because
great. I
the
just put
hero.
Scarlet Witch in good.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, no, I would say the only ones that are truly great from my, I think we were having the conversation earlier is more objective,
Yeah.
but subjective. I think Thanos and Killmonger are the only ones that are truly great, at least as of right now for my viewing. But to
Yeah.
get back to the original
About
point,
the fatigue.
I am still invested. Yeah, I'm still invested in the MCU, but I don't think that it's over. The optimist in me wants to say that there's still potential, and I think a lot of people were. It's a combination of a couple things. A lot of people were upset by the fact that Phase 4 didn't have all these
Right.
connecting things, but Marvel did two things that I feel like they shouldn't have done. One, they or three things. One, they put a lot of releases in a
Yes.
short amount of time, which diminishes of the products you're putting out. Two, you had set us up. Well, maybe that's the audience's fault. Setting up the expectation that things are going to connect with the purpose of there being something bigger. And we have to remember that this phase is all people were like, what's the thematic thing of it? Imagine if they told us from Iron Man 1 that they announced like most of the projects, right? And they announced Iron Man 1 and most of the movies, or like some of the movies through Endgame, within like that same day. And from Iron Man 1, we knew it was going to be called Infinity Saga. So we get those first 5 movies, people are going to be like, what the fuck? Where's the Infinity stuff? But that didn't come until after Avengers 1. And I kind of view Phase 4 as like the new Phase 1, in the sense that it doesn't need to do all the work to set up with the future of where the franchise or what the saga is going. It's just setting up the players we're going to be following going into those things. And I feel like that's exactly what Phase 1 did. So this doesn't deter me from where it's going. But I think that with this being the first intentional thing with Quantumania to lead into the new phase, it makes me worried, because they're prioritizing the event over the characters, which has never been a model they've done before. It's the journey to the event has always been like an added bonus, or like the flavoring on top to the already strong story we have as the basis. But this time they put the premise above the journey of our characters, which was a mistake. And I really do hope that the trajectory of where we see these movies going isn't going to be that as the status quo, because that leads to disappointing products. That to things feeling more episodic than they do it.
It seems like they're pretty attentive to that now too. Like to the complaints.
Yeah, also the fact that the writers or the writer did like a lackluster job makes me worried for the next Avengers movie. What were you
I was
saying?
just saying that it seems like Marvel's, I think, trying to take note of some of the complaints, because I think Kevin Feige mentioned that he's somewhat tuned in to like people's grievances and issues. I think the phenomena is going on is like, I don't really have any Marvel fatigue. The time between series and projects just feels naturally long to me, and maybe because I'm taking in so much other stuff in that time frame, you know, it's like, oh.
Also, we were in this comic book shit before the movies even came out. You know, we
used to wait.
Yeah, so
yeah, like
we
it's
love
fun.
this shit.
But the fatigue, I think it's less Marvel fatigue and more like blockbuster fatigue. Because if it's not the biggest movie in America, then it's not a movie, basically. And so it's like, even if you look at screen times for Marvel movies, it's like they dominate, obviously so. But it's like, yeah, they end up really shifting a lot of attention whenever they drop. They're less rocks in the river, and they're more like boulders that take up a lot of space. I
think the thing for me is why they've been disappointing is that outside
been poorly handled. Yeah. Just haven't been good.
Like if you think about
that's
it,
not fatigue. That's just a product of bad writing. I mean, that happened to me with Doctor Who. Just fell off.
Yeah, but listen, I feel like the only what movies do we have? So we have,
and we're in a new phase. So.
Spider-Man. Yeah, so we have Spider-Man No Way Home. We have Black Widow. We have Shang-Chi. Eternals.
Yep.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Quantumania.
Black Panther and Multiverse of Madness.
And Werewolf by Night.
And I think okay, yeah. I love fucking great Werewolf by Night. We'll count it. Fuck it. No,
it's canon.
One shot.
Canon.
Short. It's canon. It's canon. I think the only one that puts character first is like Probably
Yeah,
Wakanda Forever
I
and
agree.
Shang. I think those are the
Um,
only two that put characters above
yeah,
events.
Black Widow didn't really do anything character related.
No, because it's about
Yeah,
setting up Yelena
and
and
then
having her deal
yeah,
with the past.
yeah.
But you can't stray too far off and do too many crazy things
And
because we already know that she dies. So it's an in between.
Eternals sort of did, but it was all like mushed together.
Well, yeah, Eternals is about these characters
Yeah,
coming back together, but again, that in spite of the fact that it's almost 3 hours, they don't give
right.
us enough time to really
Which is really
like. I feel
wild to
like
say.
right, but they have so many lead characters, you can't possibly get us to care about all of them in the span of under 3 hours. So if the others had less Eternals or had a longer series,
Yeah, you're right.
a longer form to do it with. But I
I
don't have
know.
Marvel fatigue. I'm I'm still looking forward to the Marvel projects, but you know what it is? And the only thing I can equate the feeling to
Mhm.
is Christmas. Because I remember before, Christmas was like a really hyped thing
Right.
as a kid, like, oh my God, like a new Marvel movie. Oh my God, it's going to be like,
Right.
we're going to get presents in the morning. But now, Christmas as an adult, it just hits different. You
Yeah.
still like Christmas. Like, sure, you'll get some stuff, right? But it's not like how it was when you were young.
Sometimes you just
And
kind of
like,
throw not throw out, grow out of a interest.
but
I'm
no,
not
but I
saying
still
you.
love
I'm
it.
saying
I
other
still
people.
like.
Mhm.
Now, let me ask you: when you watch a Marvel project and that logo comes on, do you still get like excited, or you kind of
It
used to it by
honestly
now?
will probably change movie to movie because was, I was somber but giddy, if that makes sense, for like Wakanda Forever. So it very much, but like this one,
Mm.
it didn't budge. Noticed some cool stuff, but didn't budge. I'm not expecting myself to really budge for Guardians. Like that's the thing. Of the movies coming up, the ones I'm only really, I would say, excited for or notably interested to see is the Marvels, skip, Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars. Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
I
maybe
get it.
Cap,
Well,
maybe Cap
I need to
America.
see.
Uh,
I'm intrigued by New World Order. Um, I'm passively excited for
yeah.
Guardians. The trailers didn't like. I can tell emotional
Although
stuff
I'm
is going
just
to
like,
happen in the movie, but they didn't get anything to get me like
yeah, I agree.
invested. Um, I am excited by the possibility of the Fantastic Four, but not excited for the Fantastic
I
Four movie
won't
itself.
be excited until I see a cast that I like. Then
Yeah.
I don't have anything to be excited for. We know who's directing finally, by process of elimination, and then we know
Mhm.
who's writing, I believe. I am excited for Blade. Actually, I'll give them that. I'm curious how we're gonna get through that.
I'm nervous, I'm nervous for Blake because of the amount of rewrites
Yeah, it's like
and new
I'm excited
people.
and scared.
But Kevin Feige did an interview recently saying they're going to
Couple
start shooting
months.
Blade in like
I think September.
10 or 9 weeks. Yeah, so no, I
Okay.
think sooner than that, like 2.5 months, because he did an interview recently.
Oh, so maybe like.
Also, are we still getting Wonder Man? Are we still getting Yaya's Wonder
Oh,
Man? I forgot about that.
could I see him as Wonder Man? Yeah,
No,
yeah. He
didn't he
did.
get
They're
cast
working
as
on that one.
Simon?
I think it's in development right now.
Yeah, then I think I could push back. I don't think I'm like excited for
Oh
Secret
yeah,
Invasion because I
I'm
like that trailer.
interested. Gonna watch it. I'm morbidly curious about Daredevil Born again. I'm so scared. On God, I am so worried about that show.
I I'm not
I am heavily worried.
exactly, because I know that. Well, did you read the? I think it was Entertainment Weekly, the interview Feige did about like updates on the MCU. So he's saying that essentially Daredevil is going to take place in the MCU, but it's going to be pretty contained. Like it's going to be like the episodic, kind of like long form show within the larger universe of the MCU. So it's going to be like more of like a, I guess, network show, but on Disney Plus, because network shows typically have the 18 episode runs to 22.
I think what makes that hard is like, okay, well then I guess the tone is gonna have to shift dramatically. I mean, I know they're like they have an old stunt guy for him that they're not bringing back. It's like,
Well, granted, that doesn't bother me as much because so far I've liked the appearances we've had of Matt Murdock in the MCU. You know, I really liked him in She-Hulk, and I liked him in Spider-Man. And those are both different tones from what we know him to be in his own show. But it still felt like Matt.
But I'm trying to figure out what tone they're gonna go for. Too.
I honestly really liked him in She-Hulk because it felt comic booky.
He needs a new costume though. Desperately, we are not going with that piss and shit colored costume.
Oh, give this man. Y'all, Luke Jacobson dogged the shit out of that dude, making him yellow and dark red.
Yeah, no,
yellow and brown.
The ketchup mustard fit. No, he set him up.
He set him the fuck up. Yeah, so let's get a red suit next season,
one
please.
with the logo. Finally, can we get 2 D's on there? Some D's on that bitch.
Speaking of logos and better suits, I'm really holding out and hoping that Deadpool 3 is going to give us Hugh Jackman.
God, please, Jesus,
Wolverine suit.
Please.
Like Deadpool already wears a comic accurate suit. You think they'll finally give it to us after teasing
working out?
I feel like they know fans. They know fans.
They absolutely. I mean, right? Mr. Professor X came in the fucking yellow chair. They know. They know.
Yeah, if he can have his yellow chair, Wolverine can have his blue and yellow costume. And the fucking mask. Please, I'm waiting stupid amount of years to see a Wolverine wear his mask
now,
like he's supposed
granted, you do realize it's going to be a mask where he clicks the earpiece and it folds down.
Oh, God. You can't just have an old school fucking costume.
Yeah.
He's going to have a nanite helmet. Damn. Well, on the bright side, at least Spider-Man doesn't have that shit anymore. He got that old school.
Take his money. Yoink from him.
Hopefully, they get a new creative team behind this new Spider-Man.
Working on it now, but I need some.
Another writing Spider-Man. Right. We know Tom's going to come back, but like, are they going to pull a U? Are they going to give this man a supporting cast?
I mean, I'd
like,
love that.
Give him a new life.
Like Felicia, you know, the new love interest. Battle of the Babes.
I'm gonna call something right now. I bet Peter in his new life is gonna go by Ben Reilly instead of Peter Parker.
Yeah, I'll stick with you on that one. Tony's not smart enough to do anything with a Ben Reilly movie, so Disney would be smart enough to actually have that be something they set up, or to do a Clone Saga mini. It gets, you know.
Yeah. So over or under 50 that Tom Holland's going to show up in Spider-Verse.
I said it in 2017, so it shall be in 2019.
I'm like, because he was supposed to have a cameo in the first one. I'm like, y'all know, especially with Marvel doing their multiverse shit right now, and you doing your own Spider-Verse, you can't. Like, that's a huge layup right there. You can't not do something.
The question
will be, they would never do it, but it would be wild if Miles and like the characters from that movie somehow showed up in Secret Wars. They would never do it,
Well,
but I think that'd be so cool. Like they can't animate a universe and has to like fight Miles for like a scene, and they
yeah,
kick
I
him
mean
back into the normal
that was what I said
like,
for
live
my
action.
version of a Spider-Man spin-off. I swear somebody at Sony saw that video. It wasn't beat for beat, but it was so much of it overlapped. And then what I remember one thing I talked about was them swinging through dimensions, and one of the universes they swing into is the real one, and you actually see like actors who voice them as them. Kind of like that one joke from Chatter where all the voice actors and actresses were like talking in voice or in character, like raise money for better production. It's like, yeah, they stop there for a second. You have a live action moment. They jump through and it's back to normal.
Yeah, I can see it.
Um,
They should do it. I mean, hell, Sony's the same
yeah.
company that made the Lego movie, right? Yeah, I mean
Wait,
they did a
no, that
hybrid
was WB.
live action.
Yeah, Lego movie. Lego movie was WB.
Was it? Oh,
They
you
did.
right.
Sony did Mitchell versus the Machines,
You're right, because Bat.
which is a good movie.
Oh, they did, huh? Yeah, but I feel like the Lego movie kind of broke the boundaries of what an animated movie could be, especially since they had those scenes that were in live action
Mm.
and you saw humans. So I'm like, okay, we can play with that. So I'm like, so wait, will they do like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit thing? Because I heard that the rumor was Tom Holland was going to stay live action. So I'm like, okay, are they going to make this Miles live
I hope so.
action for this scene and then go back to animated, or
I
is
hope so
Tom
because it'd be
Holland going to
really
be
effective.
animated?
All they gotta do is get Shamik Moore to shave.
Nah, they're gonna make an AI version of Miles
God,
based off the animated
the
version, and they're
nightmare.
gonna. they're
Um,
gonna
all right, bro. I think that'll do it for us tonight. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Ace Podcast. I just want to let you know we always appreciate every listen that we can get. Just a reminder, don't forget to like the show, rate the show 5 stars, leave a positive review. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, hit the notification bell, all that sorts of jazz and stuff. But yeah, if you're looking for our socials, you can find me on YouTube at Will the Greatest. If you're looking for Aaron and I over on TikTok, I'm over there under Will the Greatest, and he is over there on Aaron Alexander 64. If you would like to follow us in there, we do have an Instagram. It's a little barren, but it's nice. It is official Ace Podcast on Instagram. If you're looking for us on IG as well, it's just Will the Greatest for me. And for Aaron, it is the real Aaron Alexander. So, yeah, thank you again for listening. Don't forget to rate the show 5 stars, positive reviews. Leave a comment. We always want to hear your thoughts. What were your thoughts about Quantumania? What are your thoughts about Ice Spice? And we will see you in the next episode. Be great to one another. See you later.